Hello, welcome to my stream. I'm DC. How y'all doing? It's the weekend. Almost, sort of, kind of, maybe already for you. I don't know. Welcome on in. You can find me everywhere under DC Lasair. Go to my website. It's great. It's got stuff. You should check it out and click around because that makes the graph go up. And that's powered by Doros. I'm an affiliate. They're a new link in bio site. Check them out at my affiliate link. And see all the free things you can do. And if you like what you see, sign up for Doris Pro using the discount code DCLasair to get 3% off for 3 months. And they do share some of that subscription with me. All right. I saw Superman last night. I went to a late showing at the smaller theater just to avoid as many people as possible. That was the good move. And Superman's a good movie, so you should definitely go see it. It's a really fun comic book movie, and yeah, you should watch it. All right, and today the Gundam card game releases. And so after this, I'm going to go explore to see if I can find me some Gundam cards. Hopefully I can find me Gundam cards with the model kits. Yeah, it's delightful, comic booky fun, and kind of many of the things I would want out of a DC Comics movie. You know, it kind of felt the pacing flowed really well. There wasn't a confusing action sequence anywhere, you know, or like in a Batman movie, it can be kind of too dark sometimes, and you're like, what's going on here? But everything was clear, so I enjoyed it for that. It's really fun. Let's see here. So Gundam cards, yes, Gundam card. The card game released today. Hopefully, I can find the starter packs with the or not the starter box, I guess I'd say, with the model kit inside. Not to open up the larger discussion of trying to create a new DCU, but I'm glad to hear people are liking this. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm trying not to spoil things. It's you know, it's a comic book movie, so understand that there's not going to be maybe too deep emotional relationships, but just enough that, you know, that it works. And yeah, it's wonderful. Cards and models, now that's just cheating. Right? Two of my hobbies in one. Or, well, I don't know. I don't know if I can call Commander decks a hobby yet. They're more like I have two, and I think they're pretty. And I'll play it with friends on occasion. Maybe that's once a year, but yeah, I saw a YouTube video where someone unboxed the cards. The cards look great. The model was really cool. They're a lot easier to assemble than normal Gunpla. Even your most standard Gunpla kit is not as easy as this. They have more of the bigger pieces assembled, and there's not as many plastic runners containing all the pieces. You know, it had like a whole body and head and part of a leg all assembled already, and you just cut that out, put it together. So that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm gonna attempt 2 stores, and hopefully one of them has the cards with the mini included. Because the gun and these models will work with the Gundam Symbol game coming out next year. But yeah, so looking forward to that. That'll be my mission later today. What's this? Nothing important. Okay, and then tomorrow. Yeah, I'm running my home game tomorrow, so that'll be fun. And what else? Oh yeah, Gen Con. You're going to Gen Con. I'll be at Gen Con. Sign up for my panel. It'll be great. Tell your friends. Have them sign up for it. There's tickets available still. All right. So, today, it's time for Tech Friday. Hey! First, we're going to talk about StreamerBot, the new alpha that came out for it. If you are a member of the StreamerBot Patreon, you can access the alpha now. I am not. I just want to go over the changelog and things that are coming up. For it. So we bring it up. Hey, look, it's over there. StreamerBot is 5 years old, and amazingly, this is going to be StreamerBot 1.0, right? And so there is another beta coming out soon with all this stuff in it. And as you can see, Nate 1280, guy who makes it, talks a bit about it here. And he's kept the base free all this time. However, this is his only job now because he was laid off a while ago and still hasn't found work. So a few of the features will be behind, hey, please subscribe to my Patreon, because he's the only person working on it. And and could use a bit of cash for something like that. But otherwise, your base StreamerBot is always going to be free. And we'll get into that a little more as we go down through the list. First up, what we're going to kind of skip over here is there's more Kick integration. Okay, yay. What I do want to talk about is all this other stuff. Like, there'll be cloud backups. And once it's released to stable beta, the thank you tier will be required. Lower limits than the bronze tier. So if you want to do the cloud backups, you will have to subscribe to the Patreon. I don't know what the Patreon prices are, but they were fairly reasonable when last I looked. And, cloud backups cost money, so I can't blame someone for making an amazing product and going, hey, please, monies. But that's cool that there are cloud backups. Now I can just download StreamerBot and say, hey, I need my cloud backup, please. And, say I reinstall my computer, and then all these complicated StreamerBot things I made aren't lost forever. I don't have to recreate them. I can just grab them from my cloud backup, put them on in. Also, we'll have custom webhooks, which is pretty cool. So far, they have 4 services through webhooks: Patreon, Ko-fi, Fourth Wall, Shopify. And so you can create your own webhooks for any site that sorts them. And since I don't know how to code any of this, other people, please make webhooks for things. Again, this will be a the Patreon feature. The other thing coming out with is Dex 2.0. Now, you may remember a stream, it might have been a couple of years now, with myself and one Urban Bohemian, where I gave Herb control of my stream using the deck at the time. Now they've upgraded, they've added new features, you can rearrange the buttons, all sorts of cool things with Dex 2.0. And if you want to see some of that in action, they do give you a video. Where's that link? Yes, let me double check that this is the right link. Yeah, so this post on Blue Sky, I believe, shows off. Is this the? Yeah, this is the link I want. So follow that link in Blue Sky, and you'll get an idea of all the new stuff. There's about a minute-long video. And really, the Dex 2.0 is very exciting. You can customize sizes, text, and the backgrounds. They've upgraded the deck builder, so I'll have to have Brian on again to play with Dex 2.0 whenever that comes out to the full release. Because chaos. All right, and then there's a list of new features. You can go to the changelog and read all these for yourself. But one thing I'm liking is the logic if else has been updated. True false are now in groups, and you can add sub actions directly to them. And they have a new logic switch case sub action. And so these ought to be pretty cool. If you're into C#, there's a new C# thing. But yeah, there's a lot here to go through. Please give me infinite conditionals, right? Let's see, I'm looking at these. Oh, new sub actions for Meld Studio, browser layer URL, and I'm sure that was supposed to be take a vertical screenshot, but and then there's updates to a lot of these things, and of course some fixes. This will also bring in the new UI that you may have seen if you've watched StreamerBot preview videos. That has the dark mode, and it looks very good, much improved. And also, like, I just thought this update was going to be the new UI, yay, and a couple other things. But no, we're getting all this. I mean, there's Kick too, but eh. But cloud backups, custom webhooks, Dex. If else has been updated, which is that's just fantastic on its own. Oh, I missed this in my earlier preview. Nestable sub-action groups. That's amazing. So you can make a sub-action, kind of group it together, and then make another sub-action and say refer to this group without, yeah. Yeah. That'd be great. Oh. Yeah, gonna tidy up a lot of my actions, yeah. Here's another one. Hotkeys are now at a trigger level and support any combination. Excellent. So then you could just have a button on your Stream Deck that's the hotkey to do an action on through StreamerBot if you wanted. excuse me. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go over. You can read all that in the update. I'm like, this is impressive. And I really don't think the Patreon is that much. Let's take a look at what the current prices are. Now, these may change. Let's see here, Nate, $12.80. And okay, no, I don't want to join. I just want to know how much tiers are. This is a different interface. See membership options. There we go. So, yeah, his bronze tier is $6 a month. And if you want to, the thank you tier is $2 a month. And as it says here in his log, the thank you tier, at least the thank you tier will be required, and will have lower limits than the bronze tier. So you can use either tier. But yeah, $6 a month, that's pretty reasonable, I think, for what StreamerBot offers. Yeah. I could see paying to support this, and I barely scratch the surface of what I need. But if it helps to keep the base app free for others, yeah. Yeah, that's what I like. I mean, it's a good program. I haven't seen anything that gets me to really worry about the person behind it or the people that work about it. It runs my stream, so you know it. I'll probably start at the $2 tier though, just to see what the features are like and if I actually need more than that. But yeah. So that is the StreamerBot changelogs upcoming. Like I said, that is their alpha, and so it'll be another couple months before we see it. And then once it comes out to stable, I'll do a video on it, and we'll go through all the new options, how they work, what it means. It'll probably be a longer Tech Friday, just because there's going to be so much to go over. But yeah. All right, switching gears. I saw a YouTube video about a Kickstarter. I know this is going places. For a thing called the Submerge DSA, which is an all-in-one streaming device. It has a screen, you do everything. The Kickstarter hasn't launched yet, but that's right here. So, yes, cookies, fine. But as you can see, it's this panel, multiple outputs, customizable deck, which the customizable deck is just a Stream Deck that's not branded, right? It's right here. Can't tell me they just took a Stream Deck and you can do the same thing, map complex action, scene switching, all that. But yeah, so if you want kind of a all-in-one thing, I mean, if you're traveling, this might be an all right solution to go with. We don't know how much it's going to be. I can imagine it being useful if I had a bunch of camera cameras, and I plugged them into here, and then I had that flowing into my main machine. I could kind of see a use there. The minute Elgato said make your own, they were on it. Yeah. So you can do things, go horizontal and vertical simultaneously. Zero lag HDMI pass-through, which is awesome. Interactive widgets, share your phone screen. You know, they claim to have a integrated creation suite, however good that may be. Again, we don't know. This hasn't launched yet. Lots of features. There's the whole specification list. I'll leave that up for a second if you want to come back and look at it. What's interesting is they really made an Android OS mini PC with a focus on streaming. It's a beefed up tablet. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing. This does run Android OS, not Windows or Mac. But you do get a nice 1080p screen. Output storage. It's Android 10. Bluetooth. Here's all the external interfaces, which, I mean, for a tablet-like thing that's beefy, this is a lot of interfaces. Which is why, depending on price, it might be good for a secondary thing that controls, you know, just the cameras. If I had multiple cameras, and then I send the signal to my machine, and then that does all the camera processing on it. If your cameras would plug in and work with an Android 10 device or had some sort of workaround so you could do that. So yeah, you can get notified when it launches. If you want to see this, there is a YouTube video, like I said. Right. Yeah, where'd my links go? Here we go. Copy. So this is the YouTube video that brought this to my attention. So check that out later if you want to kind of see a demo of what this thing looks like before it launches and things. So there may be changes to what you see, but person got a hold of it. And speaking of video things, I also saw a review by OC. They've made a number of things. Oh, I didn't preload them. All right, hold on. Let's get this up. They have made that a video switcher. Called the GoStream Duet 8 ISO. 4 physical and 4 stream inputs. It does HDMI, you know, that almost all your web cameras have with. SDI, which is a more standard camera input. It's kind of got like a little wire poking into it and you out of it and you kind of twist it in. And the advantage with SDI and why it's been around so long is that it can take video information long distances. But this is kind of cool that has 4 HDMI inputs in it. And this might be a very good option. Plus, you know, for Windows multi-source. Look at that. Two XLR microphones. Again, we have ports. We have all sorts of controls. There's a software panel. You can even invite in guests. You know, it does all the camera standard. So if you have a PTZ camera, which is pan, tilt, zoom, we've talked about those before, in one little device. And it's like half of what the Rode video thing goes. So if you're looking for a video switcher and you don't want to go the road route, it's just a little too expensive, this is going to be a pretty good option. It does, you know, all the things you would need a video switcher to do, plus other things like you can invite people, you can make 4 windows, you can set up your whole entire streaming thing within this hardware. And then broadcast it out onto your PC. But yeah. Again, lots of inputs. As it says, dynamic overlays. So you can do stuff like this. Eight-layer composite image. And here's, you know, what the chroma looks like, background, different sources coming into one scene, which is fairly impressive. And then here's the 4 windows multi-source. Or if you want to do like a little slide presentation like they're doing here. But yeah, this is a, says it works with OBS, so yay. Yeah, if you have need for a video switcher, this might be the one to your kind of low cost option to go with. I know $800. I'm calling it low cost. That's you could get like an ATA Mini. I think is maybe 300 some, but this is far more powerful. So if you have the extra cash and you're not paying the like 1600 for the Rode version, again, if you can get the Rode version, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It looks fantastic. From everything I've seen, it works really well. So yeah, give that a go. And then we have, let's see, what do I want to tackle next? Oh yeah, more control over notifications. Blue Sky, yay. Let me put this link into chat. There we go. So as you can see, July 7th, so not that long ago. But you can get activity notifications, enhanced notification settings. So you can fine-tune which notifications you receive. And receive notification when someone likes or reposts posts you've reposted. So if you don't want to miss anything, you have the option to get all the things from everyone that you could ever want. And you can change who sees your notifications or what notifications you see. So everyone, stay in loop with all interactions, people you follow, filter out the noise and focus on your close connections. Right? And you can customize all of these now. So yeah, if you want your phone to ping a lot more than it ever has before, you can do that now on Blue Sky. Actually, some of these are quite useful, but yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. And let's see what else we got here. Oh, So we know about my wanting to doing Obsidian and kind of looking at open source tools and things like that. And I happened across this. I'm not sure, some rabbit hole I was following down. And they say it's an open source kind of Canva thing. It's called PenPot, though it probably doesn't have everything Canva can do. But it's interesting. I don't know how long it's been around. I just heard about it this week, so I'm telling all of you about it. Go here, sign up for free, can self-host, pricing, everything you get, professional, then the unlimited, like no file limits, but you already get that here, unlimited teams, you get plugins, you get, everything open source. So this is if you 30 days of autosave versions, if you need that, more storage. So if you need any of this stuff, that's only $7 a month. But the regular version, same core features included, that's enough. Oh, well, except the cookies, why not? That's pretty cool. The other thing is they claim to be their tagline here is bridges the gap between designers and developers, because you can also input code and make designs, but you can do all sorts of this stuff. And so it's designed to let designers and coders kind of come together in one thing. But if you're just doing some graphics for your personal stuff, this might be a good solution. Has flexible design, you can inspect the code. Right, and then you can design and code collaboration for real. And it's open source, so this is pretty good, because if I need to cut back on things, Canva might be something I cut back on, and this might be a good replacement for it. It won't do all the things Canva does, but I can probably make it work, I'm thinking. And yeah, so I just like, this is neat. If you know of anything that's Canva-like and has a awesome free tier, let me know. Yeah. And Pat, let me check the streams before we move on to our next topic. Gonna shift gears again into talking a little bit about Markdown and what time we got. Oh, we're doing good. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. First off is this article. From It's Foss News. Right there, that LibreOffice is going to have Markdown support, which is pretty fantastic. If you don't know, LibreOffice is an open source office suite, and so if you're looking for something that's not Office 365 and you need the full kind of office suite, LibreOffice is usually one of those alternatives brought up. But yeah, here's an article of how they're including Markdown. They're slowly going to be putting in the support for Markdown And then by the time they get to a, let's see here, the fully completed 26.2 release scheduled for next year, and it will be on there. And you know me, I'm big on Markdown lately, and so I was happy to see that thing like this has it. And the other Markdown thing I want to talk about, let me set that up real quick, is there is Markdown is now included in Notepad, regular old Notepad in Windows 11. So if you open Notepad, it may look a little different. You might notice a toolbar. See what this looks like wide. Then we'll go back to this window here. So this is Notepad, the current version. Notice up here is now a toolbar, H1, lists, bold, italics, links, clear formatting. So if you want to type something, and then you want to change the heading, you go over here. And normally in Markdown, you would hit the hashtag sign or the pound sign or number sign, whatever you want to call it, you know, the thing that's usually above the 3. And so you would do a pound sign, space, and then that'd be title. And if you did 2 pound signs and then a space, you'd get heading 2. So heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then regular body all the way down. So I do that, bam, I have that. I can also make lists if I want a bulleted list or a number list. Right, and I can keep going, and then I can bold and italicize, can make a link, and I can clear all the formatting. And if you're upset at this for some reason, you can just shut this off. Settings, go to, and where it says formatting here, just turn this off, and you won't see any of it. It'll all go away. The other thing that I really like, because I'm now used to typing in Markdown, is that I can do that. So if I click this down here where it says formatted, now it says Markdown syntaxed. I cleared all the form. Now I can type in Markdown. Right, and I can use, I think it'll let me use the plus. I think it's the plus they let me use, or is it the minus? I can't remember. And then I go back. Oh no, it lets me use them all. It's like, oh yeah, I understand this formatting. So here you go. You wanted that to be title size, so we made it title size. You want this to be a list. Made a list, and so then you go back down here and you go to syntax. So I'd be in syntax because this is how I just write things now, is using Markdown. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like this a lot. It's probably the most bare bones Markdown you can get while usable. There are a couple Markdown things I wish it did support that it just doesn't support. And it even tells you like, oh, I see you want to do something Markdown. Well, we don't support that Markdown yet. So if I go like 3 dashes, normally forms a line across the screen. Right? I hit enter, and then I go back to, I get this, unsupported syntax detected. isn't fully supported in formatted view. Some content may not render. Do you wish to continue? So I can either change it. If I was putting this in another Markdown editor, say like Obsidian, it would understand that I wanted a horizontal line that went across the screen. But now if I go to continue, everything else is preserved. But instead of the horizontal line I just have the 3 dashes. So there are some limitations, but it's really handy. Oh, right, I left it in, so it's still going to remind me. But it's really handy if you want to kind of pretty up your regular Notepad entries and just add a heading. There's a, highlight, select your options. I can't remember if I can do this here as well. No. I do have to highlight here. Maybe I can. Does it switch? No? Oh, I see. It's like, no, you put a £sign in there. That's what you meant. So yeah. So I'd probably be writing in the syntax view just because I'm used to it. I go down here. I switch. Continue. Yes, I know I didn't take out lines, but then that would be the subtitle heading. So very useful. Very, very lightweight. Make your text files a little more interesting. Same as Markdown. And the neat thing is, everyone who has Notepad in Windows 11 can open the file. You can open the file in any text editor as well. You'll see the you'll see the dash if it's just text edit, or the hashtag mark if it's a text editor. But I still know what this is, right? I know this is a list clearly because there's asterisks there. Okay, this is some other heading, right? I still know what things are without knowing the syntax. So yeah, I was real happy that this finally came available to everyone in Notepad. And when you first open Notepad, I did have to hit one of these buttons here in order for it to say, hey, this is a new thing, blah, blah, blah. You can go to settings, formatting, and just turn it off. And it goes away completely. Turn off. Go here. And oh, look, it's back to regular Notepad. There's no toolbar. It's just your friendly neighborhood Notepad, right? But I'm keeping formatting on because it's a lot better. So yeah, I was really, really happy with that. All right, we're going to get ready to take a break. When I come back, I need to tilt my camera up a little bit. There we go. When we come back, I want to go over my Obsidian Vault, just a real quick thing, because if you remember last week when I was doing the campaign frame outline, I was wanting to make the headings larger, and I found a way to do that with a CSS snippet, and so I put in the instructions on how to do that. And so I just want to show off that part, but now I have to go re-record the whole video I made to include it in there. But just if you were here last week, I want to update everyone and show you how you can change the size of those headings when it outputs to your final campaign frame outline for Daggerheart. And then we will turn on the music and kind of get into the relax mode, look at any random news, whatever you want to talk about. If you have questions on anything, go for it. If you want to talk some non-spoiler Superman, we can do that. Gundam stuff, any anime you're watching. Dan to Dan Season 2 is that, airing. So, be back in about 5 minutes or so, and we'll get on with it. Yeah! And if you need to go, well, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching Tech Friday. We'll be back with more in just a moment. First, we're going to start with a simple demonstration. DC, bread. DC, bread. Hat, no hat. None. Hat, no hat. And that concludes our demonstration. Now we'll start with the flow. Mistakes were made. Welcome everyone to twitch.tv/DC Lasair, where you'll have more fun than a slice of bread. Guaranteed. No, I'm not holding myself up by my hair. This is a slice of bread, not actually me. It's not wearing a hat. So, coming to you live from the command center, it's me. Take it away. Me. Hey everybody. Glad you're all here. Okay. Wisdom is my best. We're gonna try it. It'll probably be hard, but... Sure. Go eat the brain then. Look, a 23. you think I'm gonna fail that one? I mean, you know. We're gonna do the thing first. There's an easy way to end this, but I'm not doing that. We're suplexing the train. Yeah! And a little mumble, he begins. Ancient pastry chefs of evil, transform this unleavened form into Pillsbury, the ever baking! And with that, he,
Yep. I mean, it's useless from us, but give yourself inspiration for that. That was
That's amazing.
see if I can.
Behold, blood orange.
Does anyone else hear Latin chanting, or is that just me?
No, I think everybody does.
But yeah.
Give it the name X-Toll to be sent to Sleeper Island. Simply go to X-Toll and speak this one's name, which is X-Toll? Cool. Well,
Do not like Tyrion. So yep, that is another fail.
you take 3 points of burning custard damage.
Little did you know that Tyriant actually has resistance to burning custard damage.
Specifically.
Specifically that, because of, yes.
So I just see
yes.
him get sucked in a window on the top floor and disappear.
Yep.
I wouldn't be the first. Never mind. How much damage was that?
3
6,
points.
you said? 3? Thank you.
Minster's not around, so
All right, welcome on back, everyone. How y'all doing? Already took a break, bot. I'm ahead of you. Ah. So, just wanted to go over the Daggerheart campaign frame outline I made from the Obsidian Vault. And then if you go to my TTRPG resources link, I have it there. Let me get a direct link to the vault, though. Oops, that is not what I wanted. So if you want to check it out. Vault looks great already, by the way. Thanks, Rex. Oh, I had a question for you too, Rex. Not a huge deal. Just something I learned about and wanted to share, especially if you were here. All right, so if you go to this link, you can get to my fancy Daggerheart Obsidian Vault right there. There's also just a regular Markdown version. You can open any text file or text editor you want. And yeah, let's get into it. Last time we were here, I'll just go to the full outline thing. Demo window. So here we go. Last time, I was like, I don't want these titles to be small. And I was like, how can I make it so these are whatever size I want. These are larger than the text I write, because anything I write in here, so here's the pitch part, right? And if you look up the Daggerheart SRD, that explains all these sections out here, and I have a link to it in my instructions. So as soon as I type something in pitch, I go to full outline. And oh, did I get rid of the pitch section somehow? Maybe I got rid of the pitch section. Okay, never mind. Oh, yep, I got rid of a section. Okay, tone and feel, something I have to correct. So we type here, go to full outline. No, it says it right here. Right? And then this is larger. The problem last week was these were the same size. I'm like, well, now I can't tell the heading between the heading and the text. So, and if you're wondering why the slash mark is there for complexity rating, that is because if you want to use asterisks in Markdown, the asterisk means something. Right? So if you just wanted to do this for your rating, say I wanted to give this a complexity rating of 4, I could just type in the number 4 as well. But if you wanted to do that, you could. Then when you go to outline, notice the slash isn't there because I said, okay, I don't want these to be Markdown syntax. I just want these to be asterisks. So that's why the slash is there. You can just delete it if you don't want it. It's that easy. Okay, so I gotta make another correction to this. That's good. That's why we do this. But yeah, and then you export this to whatever you want, Markdown, HTML, or PDF. So to control the size of these, you can go to the CSS snippet, and Again, this is all in the instructions. I have a whole instruction index. And look, oh, change the title name size and the full outline. Oh, that's what I need. I click it. Oh, look, here's the section. And you know, when you download the vault, you get all this stuff. So yeah, do the things. So you go here, appearance, right? And you have your apply CSS snippet. That's the only one in this vault. So if you click the folder icon, it will open your. I gotta figure out what monitor that folder went to. They'll open where you keep all your CSS files in Vault, and then, oh look, right here, I have linked file name size CSS. I named it easy. Find it in the snippets in the Obsidian Vault .obsidian folder. You open with Notepad, and you just change this number to whatever you want, and it'll instantly change the size. Just save it when you're done. File save. But yeah. All you have to do is font size, instead of 1.7 EM, change it to whatever you want. And I can't remember where I got this CSS. I did not make this. This was found somewhere on the internet. Someone's like, oh yeah. And then you see it a few places and go, oh, okay. But yeah, you just change this number to whatever you want, and that will change the file size of the titles, which match up with all these. And so, yeah, you just pick what you want and type away. You know, I wanted to make it as easy as possible, so click the thing, type, and you can be focused on, you know, if you want to just be focused on the theme. If you want two things open in Obsidian, you can right click, say open tab to the right. Now I'm looking at themes and my touchstones at the same time. And you know, you can continue opening tabs to the right, but eventually it's just going to get too crowded because of, you know, monitor sizes and things like that. But you can. So yeah, themes, touchstones. So you can have multiple windows, or you can just focus on the thing you want to focus on. And then when you get to the bottom, you click full outline. All this should be filled out. You can go back through it and then export. Export and give to your friends. If you want to send them a PDF, it can export as PDF, can be exported as Markdown file or as an HTML file. So whatever is handy for you and your group, and then just email it to them. And you'll get one file with all these elements in it, which is great. And if you are lost anywhere, you can always go back to the instructions. And if you need to see any of these images better, images used in instructions, they're all in this folder. They're all PNGs and right in here. So if you need a better view of these for whatever, just go to the images used in instructions folder. But if you mess with these, you might mess up how my instruction pages looks. So yeah, any subject you need should be in the instructions index. And you know, setting up the vault, using the vault. You know, so I have a 7 challenge rating down here, and so I even tell you about putting the slash before the asterisk to prevent the Markdown formatting. So yeah, I see. I even answered that question for you in the instructions. It does a lot of neat things. Except now I have to add back in the pitch. Why don't I do that right now? And then I'll have to resync it. Okay, so the format is... Oh, I do need another space here. So I can just look at this, find my formatting, and all it is exclamation mark, double bracket. Then I say the pitch. And it adds in the pitch. I want another space. That feels a little too crowded. There we go. No, yeah, no, that's too crowded. Give it another space. Yeah. And if you want to do other things, you know, but this is all the only thing that is not a proper Daggerheart label is title elements. I didn't know what to call these because they're not really called anything, but they are on Daggerheart campaign frames. They give you a title, there's usually a quote, who it's designed by, and complexity rating. So if you want to use these, I thought I would give them to you, and I had to call them something so that they go into the full outline easy. So I just call them title elements. But the rest of these is all, you go to the Daggerheart SRD, or you look at the regular Daggerheart instructions, and you'll find all these options here: the pitch, tone and feel, themes, touchstones, overview, communities, ancestries, classes, all these. And then when you get to the very bottom, they'll all be here for you in one file to send to your group. All right. So that's that. All right. Bye, window. Oh, hello again, window. I meant to do this. Bye, window. All right. So that's all the time I want to spend on the outline today. And so I'll put on some music, and we'll get into the last half of the thing. Oh, Rex, the thing I wanted to mention was that, and this has been around years, and I just didn't think of it before, but I saw an article about using SyncThing to sync your Obsidian vaults between Android and PC or wherever. And so they mentioned this has a way to do it with Google Drive, or you can do a little bit of setup with SyncThing, which is probably what I'll be doing. It gives you that SyncThing feeling. It does. But if you want to sync with Google Drive, Springleaf, hello. Leaf, do you have any of the Gundam cards yet? If you want to set up your Obsidian on Google Drive and have it sync, there's instructions there. And they also go over using SyncThing. Watch the video, posted it. It looks really good. Yeah, it does. That's part of my mission after I have dinner, is to go out and see if I can get some of the cards. But yeah, I know SyncThing isn't new, but I didn't have I don't use it much, so I didn't really think about it as a thing to use for possibly Obsidian. But it has full instructions in that article, and it's not complicated. It's a little more set up than the Google Drive thing, but it's fairly easy. It looks fairly painless to do. So and I will probably be setting that up. Yeah, I'll probably be setting it up over the weekend if I have time. I am running my home game this weekend, and possibly doing a couple other things. So, see how that looks. Or maybe it's my midnight to 3 a.m. project tonight. Because sometimes I just have an idea, I start working on it, it's like 11 o'clock, and then it's 2 a.m., and I'm like, oh, I should probably go to bed. But yeah, let's turn on some music. Keep it low. And open floor. If there's anything you want to talk about related to tech or TTRPGs, or anything we've mentioned so far during the stream, by all means do that. My focus still? Yeah, my focus is fine. Okay. But yeah. Otherwise, it's just looking for articles, finding something interesting, and sharing. And, you know, take a breath, relax. It's almost the weekend, or it is the weekend for you, whatever it might be. Unwind a little. It is Prime Day, so if you do find a deal, hey, I won't blame you for saving money. Is it bookshop.org? I think they have an anti-Prime Day deal, so if you want books, maybe check them out first. I think it was bookshop.org. Yeah, the anti-Prime sale, yeah. Prime Day shopping is down 41% from last year. Oh, wow. That's big. Can pick local or favorite small store to get portion of your purchase. Yeah, that's the nice thing about Bookshop, is that even if you get a ebook, you can still say, oh, this is the bookstore I like. Please give them a portion of this purchase. And I'll go, okay. But yeah, if you do get physical books, though, you can get free shipping for the next 10 hours, 41 minutes, and 40-some seconds by the time I finish talking. So they are a really cool service. Check them out. Okay, this site is just various Prime Day deals. What's the other site we usually look at? Alright, got a lot there. Okay, yeah. Let's look at some other news. See if we can find anything interesting. I believe these sites are all active. Oh, here is an article that, yeah, I saw this. Saw a couple people post about this. This on EN World. But I'm sure if you look at Blue Sky, you may have seen this as well. Green Ronin Publishing is crowdfunding for its legal defense fund against Diamond Distributors. So if you can help them out, do so. Let's hear it. New Idle Champions requires the cash-related in-game currency pack. Had a new awesome feat for Cthulhu, which was nice. Awesome! Love that. Idle Champions is so much fun. But yeah, so check it out. Because Green Ronin lost its book trade distributor, and that affected some of its projects. And so if you can help them out, they have a GoFundMe, which is at 27,000 raised so far. Here's the GoFundMe link. So yeah, it's I don't know why that question mark came in. Oh, it's for some reason there's a question mark in the URL. But it'll still take you there with yeah, it'll work. Just click it. Yeah, so if you can support, good cause, do the things. Let's see. Nothing new there. Oh, if you're into the Warhammer TRPG, there is apparently another book out for them. If you want to be pirates, I have a book. So here's the article from Bell of Lost Souls. Another article on the Green Ronin thing. What is this? Oh, there's a cookbook. Okay. New RPG inspired cookbook. It's called Roll for Sandwich, Cookbook for Gaming Enthusiasts and Adventurous Eaters. Going into retail August 25th. And here's that article. You know, roll dice, find food, but don't eat the dice unless the dice are made of food substance and not dice substance. forbidden candy, right? If not food, why food shaped, right? Okay, a lot of articles, but none that really stuff I tend to talk about. No. Free League. We have 2 new Lord of the Rings RPG starter sets for a Gen Con debut. So if you're into the Lord of the Rings role-playing game, there's a neat update. And if you're going to Gen Con, which, by the way, I'll be at Gen Con. I have a panel there, if you didn't know already. You should totally sign up for it. Oh, what is this? Okay, Paizo has a loyalty program. Let's see here. This article was done on July 8th. And so here's details about the Paizo loyalty program called Paizo Plus. Let's see, we already talked about that. All right, here's, since we all like our TTRPG accessories and things that we don't need but look cool anyway. Here's a list of them. The article is entitled "Take Your Campaign Camping with These D&D Accessories." So D&D lights, they are LED light string with dice at the end. They run on batteries, so, you know, you could set them up outside your tent or something. I don't know. But yeah. Watch the D4 be the bulb that always goes out. Oh, there's a remote control and a timer. Nice. The other thing, the true challenge is getting your gaming group to agree to go camping, right? Like, let me like, can't we just pretend we're camping and play D&D? That'd be cool. You're asking us to go outside for what now? I thought it'd be accessories to make the game feel like he went camping. that is also amazing. Demon skull for your campfire. A fun themed log to burn. This fireproof demon skull shaped full log is the perfect addition to your campfire, especially if you're trying to establish dominance over any nearby monsters. Glampic, I need a cabin wall between me and nature, please, and thank you. Exactly. Like, where's my s'mores scented candle? Yeah. This is the stuff we really need. Sounds like we all gotta have camping supplies and cars, right? This is extra work. Though I would probably get this demon skull thing just to place on a shelf. Get that skull and just put an LED candle inside it, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, that it's not a real demon skull is a little disappointing, but I guess, you know, that could possibly summon an eldritch horror to you, so maybe that's a bad thing. Yeah, you know. Or put an Alexa device inside it so I can have a talking skull. Amazing. Love it. Can't locally source your demon skull. Store-bought is fine. For legal reasons, they can't say it's a real one. Delightful. What else do they have? Oh, an adventuring cloak, which is, I mean, if you've LARPed at all, you probably have a cloak in your closet. As long as it's not cloaker in your closet, that's a different problem. Color changing fire packs. Ethically harvested demon skulls or get out, right? Oh, I love these flame packs because on the front, they say, color your fire magical flames. Simply toss pouch into fire. Creates vibrant, colorful flames for wood-burning fires. Someone is going to get hurt. Yeah. Green flame. Well, yes, it's camping. All the flames. This article does mention that that you're working with honest to goodness wood fires and not propane or gas log pits before you grab a box of these. So there's a warning. I didn't mean by me this. And the last thing on the list here is a boring run-of-the-mill clipboard. I don't know. They show a clipboard that you open up and has storage trays in it. Those aren't run-of-the-mill clipboards. Those are fun treasure box clipboards. But yeah, you could put, you know, your dice and character sheets inside one if you wanted to. That's not run-of-the-mill clipboard by any means. Show a little respect to the clipboard. Oh yeah, PAX U tickets are available as our immediate content creator applications. So if you're going to PAX U and any of that interests you, get your tickets now and apply for the media content creator badge. Keep your small snacks in there. Yeah. Traditional. Oh, what's your traditional panel submission? Well, I read through some other articles here. So your friends have suckered you into running a campaign now. Awesome. Board games. I think I'm update on the comics I've been reading, which are the All In JSA and the Exceptional X-Men. Should be better about seeing if anyone needs another person on panel this year. Yeah, take all the pictures too, because I'm not going this year. With the marathon and it being money and far away, it's too much for me. Need to pick back up the Power Fantasy. Ooh. So yeah, this is JSA number 9. Kind of got an awesome cover going on here. You know, there's some green in there, and you know, green screen vibes going on. We'll try to cover it, but yeah, I'm really liking this series. And Exceptional X-Men has been pretty good too. What did I pick up this the other day? I think I showed this off already. If I can find it. Not sure where they went. Picked up a couple smaller TTRPG things. And oh, they're down here. So I found a solo horror journaling game called Whispers in the Walls. Nice creepy cover. And throughout the game, you'll draw cards from your Whispers deck to learn what the walls, floors, howls, and the dead wish to show you. And it says play takes between 15 to 60 minutes. So that'll be a good thing to start up. And we have this GM-less city building story game of hope and creation for 1 to 6 players called Onward. And you're all kind of making sentient buildings and yeah, trying to make an awesome city. It's not a, I mean, it's not very big. Yeah, if you're looking for another kind of solo journaling or you want to do something quick with friends, Onward Might be fun. And did I show off my pen? Oh, well, I'm showing off my pens again. Got the G2 Pilot G2 limited edition pens in assorted colors. They write really well. They look cool. Yeah. They are 0.7. So nice fine tip. Yeah, they look pretty good. Yeah, I was at, where'd I get these? Oh, yeah, I was at Walgreens the other day, and they had these. I'm like, ooh, those look neat. So now I have more pens to use someday. When that day will be, I don't know. Hopefully before the ink goes weird and stuff. Let's see, what else? Oh, there was a thing. I mentioned this the other day, and your JD lady posted this in the Discord, if I can find it again. If you like Field Notes, Field Notes is having a sale. Here's their Blue Sky link. I believe the sale's still going on. I suppose better check, right? Yes, it goes through midnight Central Time tonight. So if you like Field Notes and want to save some monies on the Field Notes, even the original books and their D&D journals and adventure sets. Yeah. Pretty good savings on those. So if you're like me and you like Field Notes notebooks, you know, save some money. Oh, I like them quite a bit. I've done, let's see here. Oh. I like them. They're small and convenient. And in the Discord, you know, when I was looking at journals, it's the reason or planners and things. The reason I was going to get the wallet that I did was because it fit Field Notes. But yeah, I have this one exclusively for. Oh, let me see if I'm holding this up right to the camera. Yeah, I have this one with the name of my home campaign on it, and so I just keep all the notes that happen here, and then later I transcribe what I need into the Obsidian Vault for the campaign. Oh, that's right, we were holding on to those cards. I put the date at the top of the page too, so I know what day it was we did a thing. So yeah, so I'm going to be looking at this tonight because we have a game tomorrow. See here, subscribed off and on for several years. Love them. Some people don't love that every version isn't fountain pen friendly. Ah, yes. Well, yeah, if you do like fountain pens, that's a consideration. I have not gotten into the fountain pen ways yet. I don't think I will. So. Some versions are, some aren't. Amazing. There was also... Oh, what's that company called? Now I can't even remember. Oh, Lockbee, right. I was looking at wallets and things and considering it. Where did it go? Not that. I swear it was a Lockbee product. Gentleman stationer link. Yeah, if you have that, put that in. Here we go. Someone had this in a YouTube video I saw. Oops, don't want to bookmark. No, I don't want any of that. I just want to copy the link for people. But the Lockbee Sidekick, which is even more pocket friendly, but it takes A7 notebooks, so even smaller. So field notes won't fit in it, which I'm like, However, it might be even more pocket friendly. But it is pocketable. It has all the things I would want, except for the field notes journals. That's the only thing. So my current solution I may still go with because it does include field notes, and I like those books. It's really just the field notes. Let's see, does JetPens have any? A7 notebooks. Maybe if they have a neat A7 notebook, they'll... Oh, they do have Midori notebooks in A7. Probably should give field notes a try. I've only tried Moleskine in those sizes. Yeah. I really like them. I mean, I can fit them in my pocket. They're easy to carry around. and they feel like I don't know if I actually want anything smaller or writing in the thing. It's at a pretty good size. You know, it still feels like I have room on the page to get things done. Sometimes a notebook can be a little too small, and it feels constrained when I'm writing on it. And I don't like that. But JetPens has some neat looking A7 notebooks. So yeah, I'm thinking either I stick with field notes and go for the solution for the packable journal wallet thing, or I could possibly do the Lockbee sidekick, because that's more of a everything I want is already in the package. I'm not getting a bunch of separate things. You know, it already has a pen loop, and I'll probably get a separate card holder thing as well, but this can already hold cards. It probably depends on the side of the pen. Suppose I should look into that, because that's the other thing. Pen sizes. I can fit more of a regular size pen. It'll be far more comfortable for me to write with. Just because hands. Yeah, let's see. All right. Oh yeah, and the other, I have one field notes book that I'm not using yet. This other one is just for blueprints. Has my blueprints notes in it. And, you know, I have my blueprints Obsidian Vault as well, but, you know, I needed a notebook. Oh, also, field notes, very flexible. Yeah, if the pen's too small for me, then the Lockbee sidekick isn't gonna be worth it. I have to figure that. Does that have specifications? No. All right. Yeah, I'll have to see what pen sizes this can easily hold. All right. Let's see here. So, if there's any other questions or topics you want to talk about, throw it in the chat. We got a few minutes yet. I'm checking through Blue Sky real quick, making sure there's no tech company announcements that we missed. Oh, hey, someone named Urban Bohemian has a thing coming up. Star Trek Adventures 2E first episode drops on July 8th or July 18th. Sorry, July 18th. You know, so maybe you should check out that Blue Sky post right there. And it'll be available wherever you get your podcasts. You know, might be worth your time. And what else we have here? All right, one more quick search of YouTube. Oh, if you do want to know more about the StreamerBot update things, Andy Lippy here has a preview. So let me just share that video. Here, this was put up just 7 hours ago. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. But there's that. If you want to know, if you want a little more in-depth on those StreamerBot updates coming out, that's in their alpha and will be available soon in the regular release. Oh, JetPens released a new video last night. I watched that. That was neat. It was their how their journals are doing, you know, halfway through 2025, and what they're using and all the things they're doing with it. It's quite fun. Let me get that real quick. Let's see here. Can I share? Yeah, share copy. So if you haven't seen the JetPens videos and you like talk about planners and things, and you're a fan of JetPens, hey, check out the video. It's fun. All right, I think I mentioned this before, but with my home game, once we get through the current Spelljammer campaign, I want to try out Shadow Dark, and then, you know, like a, I don't know, 6-session thing. And then there is a mecha game I'd like to try as running as well. And then we'll get back in to like a regular D&D campaign. But just try a couple different things, see how we like them. Oh, I haven't watched this yet, but Gale Level has a video out about how he made a Twitch alert that shatters the screen. So if you're looking for something like that, ooh, go there. Oh, that reminds me, Finite Singularity has another video out too about making an effect. Yes, dynamic throwback special effects in OBS. So if you're interested in doing any of those, that's right there. And oh, we are over time. So let's see who is on. We can send a lovely raid over to. Time for me to go have some dinner and then search out Gundam cards, which I'm sure I'll show off Monday. Who is on that we can send a raid over to? Let's raid into, probably raid into DJ. Yeah, DJ Knight's on. All right, so thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Coming on by, listening to the rambles. Hope it was useful. Once again, you can find all my stuff, dclasair.com. Go there. All my links are there, or whatever you need. Oh, thank you. And I'll be back Monday. We'll be getting back into Clair Obscure. I think we'll be into Act 3. Heading into that. Seems like we're getting closer and closer to the final mission area. And let's see, next week is a normal week. So Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, video games. Wednesday, Gunpla. Friday, another Tech Friday. And the upcoming week that'll be off will be the last partial week of the month. So July 30th, I will be gone. I will be headed to Gen Con. And I might have a stream on August 4th. Probably not. Let's just say a stream August 5th will be the next time I'm back. So 2 more weeks of streams, and then kind of a couple days of stream. And then if you're going to Gen Con, come by and say hi. I have a panel. It's great. You'll love it. I'm working on new slides for it and everything. So, you know, it'll be fun. All right, let's go say hi. Oh, I should refresh the page and make sure. Yeah, okay. So I'll be back Monday once again, and it looks like, yeah, DJ's still on, so we'll go raid over there. Playing the Dune Awakening. So go check that out. Thanks for being here. Please be kind to others. Be kind to yourself. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern for more Clair Obscure Expedition 33. Stay tuned for the raid. Bye.